really refining ourselves and letting go of what no longer serves us in many ways. So part of that for me is really, Qigong is important to me, and the spontaneous practice is just key. But this has been more of a time of sitting meditation and really just tapping in and feeling and connecting with nature, really expanding my awareness to the 7 trees that are outside of my room. The quiet out here, connecting with nature and the stillness. It's been such a gift. It's what I'm most grateful for right now, is the time to go through this process, and at the same time, preparing for continued sharing. And our workshops really have become first and foremost about sharing. Everyone sharing their experiences, sharing practices, sharing energy, and understanding that the collective is so much more powerful than the individual, and really understanding how to open our hearts and share. But we're going to be traveling a little bit this spring. I know we're going to be in Vermont on April 8th through 10th, and we're looking at going to San Diego, Dallas, Austin, Durham, a few other cities. Still working on some dates, but really it's what flows, it's what unfolds because it's needed, and it's about a shared experience with everyone. So, I love being here all winter, but I do feel a pull to get out and start connecting and activating and really creating little communities of people who are doing energetic work. And that's really, it's about the activation. And each city we've gone to and each group that we've shared energy with have continued in one way or another to do the energetic work, to share, to heal. And there's been really dramatic, profound effects in people's lives and in communities, and it's just, that's what it's all about. It's about sharing.
Yeah, we've met a ton of really amazing people that you guys met first doing your tour. Basically, and then we met them at the ranch.
Yeah, it's like little families were formed each place that we went, and the family connected back here at the ranch, and everybody makes their way here, and it's just the feeling of family and knowing, I can't help but feel like there is a divine plan and how we all run into each other and connect, and it feels so fluid and, just amazing. It's really what makes it all worthwhile, is the connections, the people, all of us sort of headed in the same direction together.
Yeah, and when you run into that just string of synchronicities, you know you're doing something right at least.
Right. And that really is what I look for, is the synchronicities and the flow and the process.
What about now? Is there one scheduled for California?
We're working on that. It'll be in April probably, and in San Diego. And I know James is going to be at the Prophets Conference in Palm Springs, February 25th through March 1st.
Yeah, something like that.
And Little Grandmother, Daniel Pinchbeck. Be a lot of great speakers there. And there is a chance we may do a workshop in Palm Springs that weekend, but we're just kind of figuring it out.
If you live in that area,
let us know.
You're interested. Let us know.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so it looks like Jana might have had something to say about something that was going on in the conversation, I don't know, like a minute or so ago.
Here you go, Jana.
Yeah, I guess something just sort of clicked on when Pam was talking about the time to allow and sort of trying to communicate the thought of a lot of us are reading a lot, we're researching a lot, we're delving, and the ability to move things beyond theory into applicable into your life, into your everyday life, because it's really easy, but it's just as easy to recognize, what you've been conditioned to just sort of, react response mode, and that just sort of like moving beyond the concept of like, no, I have to do this and I have to do that. And it's not just a limiting mental concept, but also the fact to to allow yourself to make some more bold decisions in this time, to do really what you're feeling is in your highest and best good and in your highest potential. And sometimes those things can feel, pretty risky, pretty brave in these times, and that I think it's time to make those decisions. I think it's time to totally align and to be the brave mystic that you are, because I think I'm sitting with a marvelous and brilliant group of people that have all made the brave and bold decisions to step into their power and to gather, together in, by a fire and share with whoever many people are talking tonight. You're all with us. We're sharing all of this.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, just sort of moving beyond theory, and the Internet's good. The networks are good. All of it is good. But, again, just do your thing. Go within. Have a laugh. Stare at the sun. Go outside. Get beyond all of it in whatever way you can. Whatever is your gateway. Whatever you remember. Mm-hmm. Trust yourself. And if you've never done it, do it for the first time in your life.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, yeah, beyond the armchair philosophizing about it and putting it into action. And no one can really tell us how we as individuals can put something into action or apply something. Ultimately that's up to every one of us to figure out the best way to do that for ourselves.
Yeah, just don't overthink it.
Yeah. Indeed. So looks like Steph had something that was sparked in her about a comment that you had just made.
Yeah, she's a lovely elf.
Let's see what she's got.
Well, it just hit me when Jenna was speaking about, what you're feeling inside, and it may even sound a little crazy, but if you're prompted, and I understand that from experience. A year and a half ago, I got this incredible calling to live in nature, and I all of a sudden gave notice at my job and my work and my apartment, and I had no money and no prospects, had no idea where I was going to go or what I was going to do, but I completely trusted in that. I had no fear because I felt it so strongly in my heart that I needed to be in nature that it didn't sound crazy to me. And I basically just kind of got out of my way and opened myself up to the universe and said, okay, guide me to where I need to be. And it outside of it, it might have looked a little, or sounded, a little crazy. I had no idea where I was going to go or what I was going to do, and no money, but it didn't matter. And I never questioned it. Not once did I ever question where am I going to go or what I'm going to do. I knew I would end up where I needed to be. So just really, if you get any kind of opportunity to get out into nature and be still and listen to your heart, what is it telling you? It may sound crazy, but if you feel it, do it and trust that you will go where you need to go and that whatever you need will be provided. If you just let go and put yourself into service and for humanity and the earth, what you need will be provided for you. I've experienced that myself. And I don't know, I just felt that when she was talking about that. So if you feel something, go with it. Go with it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that a lot of people are feeling that at the moment. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know for a fact a lot of people that write the ranch or call the ranch, they're expressing that they're feeling something like that, or also people are feeling really kind of conflicted about how to apply. Looks like Jana's got something to say, kind of regarding this. What's she got?
I feel like I'm on Jeopardy.
You got the Audio Daily Double, baby.
I feel that there's the opportunity to create little ranches everywhere, and that there's always been little ranches everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's not just a vortex of energy. It's where any intention is set with a group of people. Mm-hmm. And I think, too, with the practices that we've discovered together and the ancient knowledge coming forward within us and from all around us, is that we remember the power of group energy. Mm. So if you start a rooftop garden, or you start a backyard bonanza, you can invite at least a dozen people. And that's what the future's going to require.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's not just so much about the ranch. It's just, I really feel it's a lot about the activation of people awakening within their own selves, seeing themselves and everyone around them, no matter what neighborhood you live. Because when you go internal, you do start to see yourself in everyone. So therefore, everyone becomes your neighbor. But, we're talking about external influences. Mm-hmm. We're talking about all these other things. But I'll tell you that beyond all of this phenomenon, there is there's a lot of very amazing beings that can transcend this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's idealism. I don't think it's utopian. I'm not going to play out a dystopian future. I mean, there's a whole soundtrack to that. Trust me, they've already plugged it into you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying it. We're not buying it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, create your own musical and learn to sing a chorus with your whole neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because we just got one little ranchita here, and trust me, there's another one in South India. There's another one in Russia. We're holding down the fort everywhere. So wherever you are, you're gonna be part of the grid. So it's not about having to go far distances or to Nepal. I mean, if you feel that you need to go somewhere like it's really strong, perhaps there is knowledge there for you to seek and to engage and to absorb and then to give back. That's good. But I mean, probably where you are now, it's your inner promptings are endless. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, kind of bringing this back to the beginning of the show, we're talking about interesting phenomena that's been being recognized as happening globally this year. So what do you guys foresee on the horizon for 2011? And given, this trend of growing global fascism and draconian control measures, do you guys see any potential for those measures of control to become a catalyst? And is there positive ways that you see people can implement empowering solutions into their lives? Looks like Pam wants to say something about that.
Yeah.
But Janet's chewing on it.
Yeah, I've got a really furrowed brow right now.
Well, I embrace all that's happening as an opportunity for people to step back into self-sufficiency.
Mm.
It has been a long time coming that people have been dependent upon the system, and so what I feel is needed for humanity in the immediate future. There are hard times ahead, but there's also this beautiful opportunity to step back into self-sufficiency. See, where does our food come from? Growing your own food, connecting with the land, understanding what it is you need to live and survive, and only that. There's been a lot of excess and a lot of programming around excess and materialism, and I don't know that we as a group, as a collective group, can really transcend without overcoming that piece. So whatever's ahead as far as energetic shifts, I think really involves us stepping into our personal power, which to me translates to self-sufficiency, living on the earth in harmony, understanding where our food comes from, understanding how to interact with one another, and, really be part of the community that is Earth. But I do think there's going to be some challenges ahead, but I also think that part of what got us here was a forgetting, and what's going to get us back to center is a knowing, and through heading into it without reservation, we get to that place of knowing, the experience, of reclaiming our divinity in so many ways, and our place here on the planet.
Yeah, I guess I got a little brow for... As soon as the word draconian came in, I just sort of dropped off. It's like, wait a minute, that's not fully part of what I'm understanding, because I think I'm in the process of completely eliminating from my consciousness. I'm not saying it doesn't exist,